lessons you have in all the league matches that have been played. Arsenal will be crowned champions in the English Premier League after 22 years. And Barcelona Fermini, after losing the UEFA Women's Champions League title to Arsenal in the 2024-2025 season, Barcelona Fermini has been able to retain the UEFA Women's Champions League title after beating five-time UEFA Champions League Women's champions Olympique Lyonnais by 4-0. Lyon scored the first goal and it was disallowed. And Barcelona Fermini came from that goal that was disallowed down and scored a whooping 4-0 goals against Olympique Lyonnais women, and they were crowned champions of the UEFA Women's Champions League. They've won the UEFA Women's Champions League 4 times, and for the 3rd time in their history, they've won treble. What a year it has been for FC Barcelona. What a year it has been for Barcelona men's senior team. They won 2 titles this season, and the Fermini won 3 titles this season. And now a lot of coaches have been sacked, a lot of coaches have also been appointed, and that will be the next Premier League season, the next La Liga season, the next Italian Serie A season, and the next French League 1 season. RC Lens have qualified for the UEFA Champions League finals, UEFA Champions League next season, and they've been able to win the French Super Cup this season. And they are going to face Paris Saint-Germain, whom are league leaders in the French League 1. What a season we have ever come across. Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. How do you think the season is going to be? 2026-2027. Jose Mourinho, who has officially been appointed Real Madrid next manager, will be steering their affairs for Real Madrid next season. Real Madrid played so well yesterday against Athletic Club, and they won by 4-2. For the first time in their history, they've been able to perform creditably against an opponent. And here we are going to experience one of the best seasons in the Spanish La Liga. We are going to experience one of the best seasons in the German Bundesliga. We are going to experience one of the best seasons ever across the length and breadth of all the top 5 European leagues. Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the love each and every one of you have shown me so far, and I can't take it for granted. How do you think the season is going to be when 2026-2027 kickstart? Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Arsenal has won the English Premier League for the first time in 22 years. They are in the finals of the UEFA Champions League, and they are going to play Paris Saint-Germain. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the live stream. How happy are you that the season has come to an end? Barcelona won 2 trophies. Barcelona Fermini won 4 titles this season. They won the Women's Spanish La Liga. They won the Spanish Supercopa. They won the Copa del Rey, and they won the Women UEFA Champions League. Barcelona women have done so this season for the 3rd time in a row, for the 3rd time in the La Liga history, for the 3rd time in FC Barcelona history. They won 4 titles continuously, and it will still keep on happening. It will happen, and it will happen, and it will happen, because they have been dominating in the Spanish La Liga. They are the super champions. $100. Thank you so much for donating the $100 for me, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it that much. I really appreciate it so much. How do you think the season is going to be? What a year it has been in the Women UEFA Champions. What a year it has been in the Women UEFA Champions League. A season that has been well served and a season that has been well deserved for the men in the Spanish La Liga. A lot has gone wrong and a lot needs to be right this season. How happy are you if you support FC Barcelona, and how happy are you? Kitimio, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining my live stream. Pujak, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the live stream, and I really appreciate the support each and every one of you have given me this far. I can't take it for granted. Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. How do you think the season has been if you support FC Barcelona? How do you think the season has been if you support Manchester United? Michael Carrick has also been named Manchester United next manager in the next 2 seasons, with another option of another year in 2029. His contract will come to an end in 2028 with the option of one more year in 2029. The season has come to an end. Manchester United will be playing Brighton tonight at 7 p.m. Dubai time, about 5 p.m. Ghana or 4 p.m. Ghana time. How do you think the season has been so far? If you support Arsenal, if you support Manchester United, if you support Man City, and Pep Guardiola's season has come to an end, how do you think the season has been so far? For Arsenal, for Man City, for Liverpool, for Chelsea, how do you think the season has been so far for these great teams? In the English Premier League, in the French League, in the Spanish La Liga, how do you think the season has been if you support one of these great teams? And how do you think Barcelona came all the way from losing the Women UEFA Champions League title to Barcelona, to losing to Arsenal, and then winning it back the following year? This is one of the greatest teams in the La Liga. This is one of the greatest women teams in the world. They lost it and they won it back once again. How do you think the year has been? 2025-2026 season, how do you think it has been? If you support Arsenal, if you support Man United, if you support Man City, how do you think the year has been? One of the greatest moments in the La Liga, one of the greatest moments in the English Premier League, and one of the best moments in the French League, in the German Bundesliga. Hurricane scored his 61st goal for both club and country this season. 61 goals in all competitions for both club and country. 60 goals for both club and country. 60 goals for club alone in all competitions, both in the UEFA Champions League and for the Three Lions national team, in the Spanish La Liga, in the UEFA Champions League, in the German Bundesliga, in the German Super Cup, in the DFB Pokal. He scored hat-trick to win his 4th title since joining FC Bayern. And he is vying for one of the best accolades in the world, the UEFA Golden Ball, where Kylian Mbappe won it last season, 2025, and he is vying for that trophy. He is vying for the Golden Ball award this season after scoring a whopping 60 goals, and he has surpassed Kylian Mbappe. The highest top scorer in the UEFA Champions League has been Kylian Mbappe, but the top scorer in all competitions has been Harry Kane. What a year it has been. What a journey for Harry Kane. What a journey for Kylian Mbappe. Now Jose Mourinho will be joining Real Madrid next season. How do you think Jose Mourinho is going to turn things around for Real Madrid with the kind of players he has, with the dressing room problems? How is Jose Mourinho going to turn things around, having all these dressing room issues with Kylian Mbappe, with Vinicius Jr., with Tchouaméni, with Valverde? How can Mourinho tame these players down and make sure things go on well for him in the Spanish La Liga? His second stint after 2013, he left Real Madrid. Can he overturn and make sure Real Madrid goes back to winning ways, goes back and become the best champions in the Spanish La Liga? Can Jose Mourinho stop and streak in the Spanish La Liga? How can Jose Mourinho stop Hans Flick in the Spanish La Liga? And can Manchester United also stop Arsenal from dominating in the English Premier League? How do you think the season will be in 2026, 2027 when the league kickstarts, when the UEFA Champions League kickstarts, when the English Premier League kickstarts, when the French League 1 kickstarts, when the Italian Serie A also kickstarts, and when the German Bundesliga also kickstarts? How do you think we are going to turn the seasons around? How do you think we are going to have flamboyancy in the English Premier League, in the German Bundesliga, in the French League, in the Italian Serie A? How do you think we are going to have flamboyancy in the league this season? The support, the euphoria. Manchester United becomes the second best club in the world after qualifying to the UEFA Champions League, after dominating in the English Premier League. They become the second best club in the world. How happy are you? And Seny Lamens is being adjourned the best newcomer in the English Premier League after an excellent form, replacing Andre Onana in the English Premier League when Andre Onana left Manchester United to join Trabzonspor on loan when things were very off for him in the English Premier League. He was loaned to Trabzonspor, and he has turned things around for Trabzonspor to win the Turkish Super Cup. They lost the Turkish Premier League to Galatasaray, and they've won the Turkish Super Cup 2025-2026 season. Andre Onana has done so well to be where he is at the moment. He has done so well in the Turkish Premier League with Trabzonspor, with his vast experience in the Italian Serie A, experience in the English Premier League, and experience in the Turkish Super League. He has done so well to put Trabzonspor on the map. They will be facing Galatasaray next season. When things goes on well, they will be facing Trabzonspor. Before the league kick starts, they have the Super Cup, so they will be playing champions of the Turkish Super League. How has the season been? And how has the euphoria been so far in the Turkish Super League? The journey that has come so far for Andre Onana, the journey that has come so far for Manchester United, for Arsenal, for Tottenham Hotspur, and for Manchester City, Ghanaian international Antoine Semenyo, who has won 2 titles since leaving Manchester City, since leaving FC Bournemouth to join Manchester City in the English Premier League. One of the best signings in January, and he has won 2 trophies. He won the EFL Cup and he won the Emirates FA Cup against Chelsea, the Emirates FA Cup against Chelsea, the EFL Cup against Arsenal, and he dominated the season. In his first full season, he dominated it and he won 2 trophies, but losing the English Premier League to the Gunners. How do you think this season will be when Enzo Maresca takes the center stage for Man City, when Michael Carrick takes the center stage for Manchester United? How do you think the season will be? How do you think the season will be for Man United, for Arsenal, for Man City, and for Liverpool, and for Chelsea? Chelsea appointing Xabi Alonso as their new manager in 2025-2026 season until June 2030. Jose Mourinho joining Real Madrid, and Antonio Conte also leaving Napoli. His final game will be today. How do you think 2025-2026 league seasons has been so far? How do you think 2025-2026 league season has been so far? This is one of the best moments you can ever think of. Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. How do you think this season has been? When we have one of the best moments in the English Premier League, one of the best moments in the Spanish La Liga, one of the best moments in the German Bundesliga, and one of the best moments in the Italian Serie A. Harry Kane winning the treble season in the German Bundesliga, Arsenal winning their first trophy after 22 years, FC Barcelona winning 2 trophies this season, and Barcelona women winning 4 titles this season. Man United, after all the debacle, they were able to win the UEFA Youth Champions League. Man United have also secured a title despite all the losses. Man United were able to also win the youth title this season, and it was the UEFA Youth title. How do you think the season has been for all the clubs? And the league is coming to an end. How do you think the season has been for all the clubs? And Bruno Fernandes winning the Player of the Year award. How happy are you? Hello, what is about today? Later, we are talking about FC Barcelona women winning the Women UEFA Champions League, and then Andre Onana winning the Turkish Super Cup. How happy are you if you support Barcelona? How happy are you if you support Manchester United? And how happy are you when the season has come to an end and all the teams are going to restart 2026-2027? All the teams are going to restart. Manchester United is also on the verge of signing Atlanta top midfielder Ederson, Jose Ederson, to be their first summer signing, and then they'll be concentrating on Tonali. So the season has come to an end, and all the top English Premier League clubs, all the top clubs will be vying for one of the best signings in the world. We are going to get one of the best moments in the world when the league starts this season. How do you think the season is going to be when you have the best moments? How do you think the season is going to be when the greatest euphoria in the English Premier League, in the German Bundesliga, in the Italian Serie A? How do you think the season is going to be for most of the top clubs in the English Premier League? The Women's Champions League game was okay. I mean, it was a good game, but only 2 people in the finals. Boring. You know, the 2 people in the finals last season, Arsenal women won it by 1-0 against FC Barcelona. So Barcelona came prepared this season to make sure they wrestled the title, and they won their 4th UEFA Women's Champions League title. And they met defending champions Olympic Lyonnais women, where they won by 4-0. Olympic Lyonnais women have won the title 5 times. So it's not that it was boring. It was one of the best moments in the UEFA Champions League. It was one of the best moments you can ever think of in the Women's Champions League. You understand? This is one of the most difficult games. Had it been that FC Barcelona will also be meeting Chelsea, they lost it to Arsenal last season, and they won it this season. This season alone, FC Barcelona women have defeated Real Madrid back to back in all the cup finals. Last season they did it, previous seasons they've done it, and this season they've been able to accumulate back-to-back wins again. They won the Spanish women Spanish La Liga women. They won the Spanish Supercopa. They won the Copa del Rey. They won 3 titles this season. Adding the UEFA Women's Champions League also to it, it becomes one of the best moments in the Women's UEFA Champions League. One of the best moments you can ever think of. And Barcelona women did everything they could to make sure they secured the title they lost to Arsenal. There is always a great moment in the Women's UEFA Champions League. There is always one of the best moments in the Women's UEFA Champions League. Leighton, this is one of the best moments you can ever think of in the La Liga. This is one of the best moments you can ever think of in the UEFA competitions. It's 2 teams. In every finals, you will always have 2 teams that will be in the finals. In every competition, you will always get 2 teams in the finals. And those 2 teams was Barcelona and it was Olympic Lyonnais women. And they did everything they could to make sure the title is being won. Liverpool and PSG are leading the race for Yan Diamondi. Liverpool leading race for Adam Watson, and he will be less because he is not going to the World Cup. So Liverpool FC could get him for 60 to 70 million pounds. You are right, Leighton. And you know, currently, most top players that most of the Premier League clubs and the Spanish La Liga clubs will be vying for, they will always get the chance to sign those players even before the World Cup kickstart. They will always get the chance to sign those players regardless. And Liverpool spent a lot of money this season, but they were nowhere to be found in the English Premier League, in the Emirates FA Cup, and in the EFL Cup. They were nowhere to be found. But yet, Liverpool will sign players that that they want to sign to fill the gap that they think it's important for them. Liverpool was one of the best clubs that signed one of the best players in the world, but they were nowhere to be found. They lost their way, they lost their touch, they lost their urgency. When it comes to the English Premier League, when it comes to the UEFA Champions League, when it comes to the Spanish, when it comes to the English Premier League, the EFL Cup and the Emirates FA Cup, they lost their way. They lost their dominance. Right after winning against Arsenal, Liverpool lost their way. Liverpool lost their way and they were not able to get the needed points that they really wanted to. But we are entering another season. We are entering another dominance. We are entering one of the best seasons in the English Premier League. How do you think these clubs are going to fare before the league comes to an end, before the league kickstarts next season? Most of the players will be entering into the market to get one of the best players. And how do you think, and which of the players do you think they are going to get so easily? Please double tap on the screen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Yan Diamonde will definitely join Liverpool. Yan Diamonde will definitely join Liverpool or Paris Saint-Germain because Barcola is being chased by most of the best teams in the world. So Barcola will definitely be leaving PSG, and PSG wants to replace Barcola with Yan Diamonde. So a lot is going to happen before the season comes to an end. A lot is going to happen before the transfer window opens. And Liverpool will do everything they could to make sure they get the best players they want for next season. How do you think Liverpool will fare when the league kickstarts next season? And how do you think Manchester United will also fare when the league kickstarts next season? Michael Carrick did so well to put Manchester United online and qualify into the UEFA Champions League 2026-2027. They were third on the EPL table. They won their final game at Old Trafford, and Bruno Fernandes has won the best player so far this season. How do you think these clubs have fared so far when it matters the most? How do you think your club is going to fare next season? The league has already come to an end, and the dominance in Europe, the dominance in most of the league centers. We spent 500 million. We got Florian Wirtz and Isaac, Hugo, Ekitike, and Frimpong, etc. All of us Liverpool fans said we are winning the Premier League again, but now we are sat in the fifth table. So we got proven wrong, and we want Barcola. You know, Barcola can join Liverpool, and Barcola can transform Liverpool. Liverpool only wants a winger that can help them dominate the English Premier League. They have all the best players, so they want one of the best wingers that can help the team. But it will depend upon what they can get on the market at the moment. Now, currently, the transfer window hasn't opened, but most of the teams are signing players. Real Madrid have already begun signing one of the best players they wanted. Real Madrid have already started their signings. And a lot is going to happen before the season kickstarts. Jose Mourinho has earmarked the kind of players he wants to be in the Madridista team. And they are going to do everything they could to make sure they are up there. They want to make sure they are up there doing their best in winning everything on the soil. Liverpool spent a lot this season. Liverpool has been the biggest spending club in the EPL so far. They spent a lot, but they've not been able to get what they wanted. After spending all these monies, they've not been able to get what they wanted in the English Premier League and in Europe. But next season, most of these new players are going to find their mojo back, and everything will be right for them. Liverpool is going to get their mojo back when the league kickstarts next season, and most of the players are going to fine-tune what they wanted. A lot has gone wrong. Mistakes will be made, and mistakes will be corrected next season. So let's see what is going to happen in the 2026-2027 season, where Liverpool will be with the same kind of players, with the same manager, and with everything that they have purchased. Let's see how they are going to transform themselves to become one of the fearless clubs in the English Premier League. How do you think they are going to do it? And how do you think most of the clubs are going to do it? Arsenal spent a lot, and they've been able to win the English Premier League title after 22 years. Since Alex Ferguson left Manchester United, United have never tasted the EPL trophy before. And they've been able to win the Emirates FA Cup, they've been able to win the EFL Cup, and they've been able also to win the UEFA Europa League. They've been able to also get into the UEFA Europa League finals. So in all these seasons, Leighton, he would play more for Liverpool than PSG. So he would be a super signing. Yes. That is what I am telling you, that if Liverpool can get Yan Diamondi, they will go for Bakola. And Bakola, they are not buying Bakola to be on the bench, but they are going to buy Bakola to be a starter for Liverpool. And Liverpool are going to spend big this summer. Liverpool will spend big this season. Liverpool will spend big this season, and a lot is going to happen. The season is going to be transformed to become one of the best moments, and it will be next season. The league will be very tough, both in the French league, in the Italian Serie A, in the Spanish La Liga, in the German Bundesliga, and in the English Premier League. The league will be tough next season. So many coaches have been hired now, and they are going to prove their worth. Manchester United want to sign Elliot Anderson. Manchester United want to sign Tonali. These players won't come cheap. So Manchester United will either look elsewhere to get one of the best players. Michael Carrick wants to sign Tonali, and he wants to sign Ederson as well. So regardless of Ederson signing, Man United is definitely going to get a Premier League proven midfielder. And who do you think that person will be? Let's see what is going to happen before the season comes. The season kickstarts, before the summer transfer window also kickstarts. Which of the players do you think will be signed by your club? Paris Saint-Germain will be in the market. Arsenal will be in the market. Chelsea will be in the market. Man City will be in the market. And Manchester United will also be in the market. And Tottenham Hotspur will also be in the market to sign players. And how do you think these clubs are going to fare next season with the kind of signings that they are going to do? Man United want to be busy in the market. For Yan Diamondi, RB Leipzig wants at least £140 million for him. So it may be hard to negotiate lower price than that. Yan Diamondi can join Paris Saint-Germain. If they feel the price is too high, then they will go for another option. You understand? RB Leipzig can mention the best prices that they want, because they won't sell their players very cheap. When you look at so many players that have been signed by all the top Premier League clubs, all the French League 1 clubs, they don't get those players cheap. They get them at a higher prices, and those players come and they hardly perform. So it's not normally about the price tag, but it's about the player joining the club and performing. If about £140 million and Liverpool feel the price is too high, Liverpool will go for another option. and Bakola need to be sold. And if they sell Bakola, then they will add up to buy another player. Liverpool would also need to sell if they want to buy Yan Diamonde. So all these things will come cheap. You understand? All these players, they won't come cheap. They will come at a higher cost. Liverpool will sell about 3, 4, or 5 players to get the price tag to buy Yan Diamonde. And Paris Saint-Germain will sell about 3 or 4 players to get that price tag of Yan Diamonde. It's about negotiations and how you divide that amount of money and then pay. So the market will be very busy, but it will depend upon the kind of players the clubs will be signing. It will be a strategic signing. It will not be that we need the players in the market, so we need to sign them at all costs. No, it won't happen like that. It won't happen like that. And I know Liverpool, Man United will dominate the English Premier League next season. Liverpool, Man United, and Manchester City will dominate the English Premier League next season. It will be very difficult for Man City this next season. But Man United, it will be as much more easier than being with the same coach, getting 1 or 2 players to augment the squad, a centre back, a defensive midfielder, and a number 10 that can free Bruno Fernandes. Now Casemiro is leaving. We need that number 6. Ederson is coming, and if Man United want to sign Tonali, it will be between the range of 75-80 million pounds. United will definitely get Tonali. And if United gets Tonali, how do you think they are going to manage the system? Because between Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, and Ahmad will be on the left wing, and Cunha will be on the right wing. Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes will play a double pivot role, where Bruno Fernandes will be given a free role to operate. So definitely Mbeumo will still be a starter. Tonali will still be a starter, and Man United will create the euphoria in the English Premier League, and they are going to dominate it. Honestly, I think Yan Diamonde is going to Liverpool because PSG, Dembele, and can't. But Liverpool only have Rio, so we need him more than PSG. You know what? Like I said, Liverpool need the best players in the world at the moment, and they have one of the best attackers in the world. We have Hugo Ekitike, who is injured, and he will be back next season. He won't play in the World Cup, but he will be back when the season kickstarts. You understand? So before the season kickstarts and the signings will be made, a lot of things will go right, a lot of things will go wrong. So in a nutshell, we are going to get the most exciting season. It's going to be one of the greatest seasons ever. 2026, 2027 is going to be one of the greatest seasons ever, and one of the greatest experiences ever. So the dominance in the English Premier League, the dominance in the UEFA Europa League, everything will boil down into one specific sector. All the league centers will be kicking start next season, 2026-2027. So we are going to get one of the best moments, both in the English Premier League, in the French League, and in the Italian Serie A, in the German Bundesliga. We are going to get one of the best experiences. And FC Bayern will recruit players that will enable them win the UEFA Champions League next season. Most of the big teams who will be competing in the UEFA Champions League will augment their squad that will enable them win and dominate in the UEFA Champions League. Man United will want to sign players that have played in the UEFA Champions League before and they have the best experience. And they want to get the players that have also played in the English Premier League and played in the UEFA Champions League before. So a lot is going to happen. Man United last season wants to sign Carlos Baleba. They couldn't because of the price tag from Brighton. Now Carlos Baleba is available, but will Man United go for Carlos Baleba or they won't? It depends upon Man United. Andre Onana will be sold by Manchester United to Trabzonspor. He has helped them to win the Turkish Super League, and they will not release Andre Onana. They will either go for another loan or they will buy Andre Onana outright into the Turkish Super League. Now, Inter Milan also wants to sign Andre Onana back into the club after leaving them to join Manchester United and leaving Man United to join the Turkish Super League Trabzonspor on loan. They want to get their player back, and Man United won't sell Andre Onana cheap. Now Manchester United have cash available to buy the best players they want. Now they freed the space for Casemiro, for Marcus Rashford, and for Sancho. So Sancho can either join Aston Villa or Sancho can either join Borussia Dortmund next season. He has 2 titles after leaving Manchester United. He has 2 titles under his belt. And this is one of the best moments. We have to wait for so long for Hugo to come back. So we need to back up. I think Yan Diamonde can play as a striker, but Hugo needs to come back. We will be shifted to the wing, Yan Diamonde, and running down the wing. And Alexander Isak will also be 100% fully fit before the league kickstart. So a lot is going to happen. And Isak has been the worst signing in Premier League history, one of the best players in the English Premier League, and he has become one of the worst signings in the English Premier League. He is the highest signing player in the world, and he has become one of the worst signings in the world. But next season, a lot of things are going to change. Next season, a lot of things will change. Most of the best teams in the English Premier League, in the French Ligue 1, in the Italian Serie A, most of the big teams will be getting the best players. And Leighton, what do you think about FC Barcelona, the men's team and the female team? What do you think about their dominance this season? This season alone, Barcelona men's team won 2 titles. They won the Spanish Supercopa and they won the Spanish La Liga. And the female team won the treble in the La Liga and they won the UEFA Women's Champions League. How do you think the season has been so far for FC Barcelona? And Andre Onana leaving Manchester United, who is your signing of the season, of this season? And who is the worst signing this season? My best signing this season has been Manchester United #1 goalkeeper, Sané Lamens. He has been my best signing in January. And as a goalkeeper, he has been my best signing. And as a player, I'll go for Ghanaian international Antoine Semenyo as the best signing in the English Premier League. He has done so well to win 2 titles with Manchester City since joining them and scored over 10 goals in the English Premier League. He did everything he could to put Manchester City on the map. My worst signing has been Florian Wirtz, and my worst signing has been Florian Wirtz, and then who again? Isak. They've been my worst signing in Premier League history. They've not done well for the Liverpool. They've made Liverpool as one of the worst clubs in the English Premier League. And Declan Rice is also one of the best signings this season, joining Arsenal and winning the English Premier League title with Arsenal. I'll go for Declan Rice as the best ever English Premier League signing. As a player, second followed by Ghanaian international Antoine Semenyo, and then the best new signing will be, who else again? Sané Lamens. These are my best signings so far, and my worst signing has been Isak and Florian Wirtz. This has been my worst signing so far this season. This has been my worst signing. You sign players that need to transform the club, but these players have been worse than the word worse. But I think next season will be a better season for all these players that couldn't find their mojo back in the English Premier League. First, well done to the men and women, but Pina carries the women's team, but Yamal Pedri has carried the men's team. That you are right. Pina has done so well for FC Barcelona this season. He has carried them on her shoulders alone, despite the rest of the players proving shoulder to shoulder to make sure FC Barcelona gets far. Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski, Marcus Rashford, they've been able to put FC Barcelona also on the map. And for me, if I have to pick the worst signing in La Liga, I will go for no other person than Kylian Mbappe. He is the best player, but I will take him as one of the worst signing. You know the reason why? Kylian Mbappe joined Real Madrid from Paris Saint-Germain, and Real Madrid hasn't been the same. Mbappe wants to win the Ballon d'Or. Vini wants to win the Ballon d'Or. See, they are egocentric against each other. When this player gets the ball and he has to give it to this player, unless something happens and the media starts complaining about it, then they can change what they are doing, and when they get the ball, they will give it to each other. This has been one of the worst moments for Real Madrid. I will take Mbappe as my worst signing because there has been more troubles in the dressing room, and it is always him and Vini. It is always him and Vini. It is always him and Vini, and it has created so much problem for Real Madrid. And I know Jose Mourinho is going to tame their wings down when he finally joins Real Madrid this season. That's well done. And a lot is going to happen next season. Trust me, a lot is going to happen next season, where we are going to get one of the best teams who will be flying like rocket when the league kickstarts, when the UEFA Champions League also kickstarts. A lot will be flying around, and a lot will be happening when the season kickstarts. A lot is going to happen. We are going to get one of the best moments in the Spanish La Liga, in the German Bundesliga, in the Italian Serie A, and in the English Premier League. We are going to get one of the best moments this season, and a lot is going to happen. We are going to experience one of the finest moments when the league kickstarts, and we are going to get the best moment when the World Cup also kickstarts. Which team is your favorite, and which team is going to be your best when the league kickstarts next season? For me, I'll go for Man United next season to win the English Premier League. Second by Liverpool, third by Man City, fourth by Chelsea, and fifth by Arsenal. But Arsenal can still pull surprises. They'll win the league, but they will struggle next season. So a lot is going to happen, and a lot will depend upon how the season will be structured. Most of the big teams in the English Premier League will all. A lot is going to happen when the season comes to an end, and a lot is to an end, and a lot is going to happen. The season is ending today in all the league centers. The Spanish La Liga has come to an end. The French Liga and the Italian Serie A will also be coming to an end today. So most of the league centers will be coming to an end today. And how happy are you with your club? Fit Arsenal is a hot top bro. Leighton, you know why I'm saying Arsenal will be fit? Most of the clubs will now be targeting Arsenal, and Arsenal will be trying their possible best to retain the English Premier League title, and that will cost them a lot. You know, sometimes when you win the English Premier League, the pressure will now be turning on you for you to do the same next season, for you to do the same the following season, which is going to be very difficult for Arsenal. I am putting them fit because Chelsea will go for everything, Man City will go for everything, and Man United will also go for everything. So it will take a lot for Arsenal to stop all these clubs. Arsenal won't find it easy if they are going to play against Liverpool. They won't find it easy if they are going to play against Man United, and they will never find it easy if they are going to play against Man City. They can't stop Man City, they can't stop Man United, they can't stop Liverpool, and they can't stop Chelsea. Xabi Alonso is going to create a squad that will be hard to be beaten. Xabi Alonso will stop every club from dominating against Chelsea. So a lot is going to happen. He will also go for the players that will make him a hero in the English Premier League. He did his best in the La Liga for Real Madrid, but his best wasn't good enough, and he was fired by Real Madrid. And Real Madrid couldn't get what they want back because of the egocentric, the ego in Vini Jr., the ego in Mbappe. They created the dressing room massacre, never to allow Xabi Alonso to perform his duties. When Vini is being dropped, the media will talk about it. Every information is being leaked from the dressing room to the media. Who is doing all these things? But under Jose Mourinho, you can't leak information to the media. And if he gets to find out, you won't play almost about 5 matches. And you won't like this to happen to you. If you are playing for Real Madrid, you won't like it. And Jose Mourinho won't entertain any player that will bring bad luck to his team. He won't entertain that. Jose Mourinho won't entertain anything bad that will hinder his progress, his success in the La Liga. If Madrid has gone 2 years without a single trophy, Mourinho will sit down for it to continue for the following season. And it has been back-to-back trophyless. And it will be very difficult for Hans Flick to stop Jose Mourinho. And when the Spanish La Liga kickstarts, every player will not be forced to play for Jose Mourinho. You won't be forced to play what you feel like playing for Real Madrid, but you will be forced to play your best for Jose Mourinho. And in the 2025-2026 season, Sporting's SL Benfica was the only club in all the European leagues that never conceded, that never lost a single game in all competitions, and that has put them as one of the most respectable clubs in Europe. So guess what is going to happen in the La Liga season? With Jose Mourinho joining Madrid, with Michael Carrick being retained on a 2-year deal with the option until June 2029, the players will pick Michael Carrick. And Bruno Fernandes will not be leaving Manchester United. So just be rest assured, Bruno Fernandes will not be leaving Manchester United. He will be staying for Manchester United till he decides to leave. Now United is going to play in the UEFA Champions League next season. So there is a lot of players that will be brought into the club. And if Bruno is going to leave in the next 2-3 seasons, who is going to be the best? And when Bruno Fernandes leaves, something will replace him to do what Bruno Fernandes did to Manchester United. So this has to continue. The league phase will continue. The dominance in the English Premier League and the Spanish La Liga will also continue. Let me know what you think is going to happen next season. And congratulations to Arsenal for winning the English Premier League after 22 years, being in the finals of the UEFA Champions League after 23 years. How do you think Arsenal is going to fare against Paris Saint-Germain, the 2025 UEFA Champions League champions? So how do you think Arsenal is going to perform against Paris Saint-Germain in the finals of the UEFA Champions League? Arsenal has already won the English Premier League, so there is no pressure on them. And Paris Saint-Germain has won the French League 1, so there is also no pressure on them. But Luis Enrique will make sure he dominates the UEFA Champions League finals against Arsenal. He is the master tactician when it comes to finals in any competition. He is the master tactician. He knows how to go about it and he knows how to stop it. Let's see what is going to happen on the 30th of May. 2025, 2020, on the 30th of May 2026, when the UEFA Champions League final will kickstart. Arsenal won it against Atletico Madrid. PSG also won it against FC Bayern, and both of them are going to meet in the finals. Who is going to win? Barcelona women have been crowned champions, and Trabzonspor has also been crowned champions in the Turkish Super League. Hull City has come back into the English Premier League after being relegated. They are back in the top flight English Premier League season, and they are going to play in the 2025-2026 English Premier League. How happy are you to see one of the best teams that got relegated and they found their mojo back into the English Premier League? How happy are you to see back edits? Hey, how are you doing, my brother from another mother? FC Barcelona women won the UEFA Women's Champions League. I am back after a long time. Yeah, back edit. Yes, I really understand, and I really appreciate it. You coming back on my live stream after all this long while. We've been able to come back again, and we've been able to join the live stream, and we are going to make one of the best as time goes on. We'll be doing the FIFA World Cup streaming in the world. What are we discussing today? We are discussing FC Barcelona winning the Women's Champions League and Trabzonspor, Andre Onana, winning the Turkish Super Cup with Trabzonspor. How happy are you if you support FC Barcelona women's team, and if you support FC Barcelona? The women's team and the men's team have done creditably this season. Nice, yes. They won by 4-0 against 5 times UEFA Champions League women to 0 against Olympic women. Hala Madrid and nothing more forever. Hala Madrid, and it will forever be Hala Madrid. Real Madrid will be one of the best teams next season. With Jose Mourinho coming back into the club, Real Madrid is going to be one of the best teams next season. And Jose Mourinho is going to cramp things down next season to become one of the best coaches in the world. And he's going to stop everything to make sure Real Madrid will become the best. Real Madrid will become forever the greatest club in the world. So let's see what happens as next season kickstarts. By the way, who do you think will win the UEFA Champions League final? The UEFA Champions League final will go to Paris Saint-Germain, not Arsenal. Paris Saint-Germain is going to win the UEFA Champions League final. They are going to play against Arsenal, yes. Paris Saint-Germain has also won 2. So it's going to be one of the best euphoria in the league. It's going to be one of the best. It's going to be one of the best. And we are going to get one of the best when the league kickstarts. And it's going to be one of the best finals. The best final was Bayern versus PSG. That is the best finals in the UEFA Champions League. The finals has already been played, and the one that won it was PSG. I think so. We are going to get results, and PSG won't stop at anything than to beat the maximum points. I have to go now, but I'll be back once again when the final league games are being played. Today is going to be the finals moment in all the league centers in the world. But which club do you support? And which club do you think has really surprised you the most? Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, FC Bayern. Which of these clubs have surprised you the most this season? For me, Man United have surprised me, and Arsenal have also surprised me, and Barcelona has done everything they could to make sure they win it back to back. They did it last season, and they've done it again this season. They've done everything they could to make sure they put the club up there, and they did it in a great fashion. How happy are you? The season has come to an end. And which club do you think has been the finest ever club for you? and Cristiano Ronaldo scored 973 career goals. And he helped Al Nassr win the Saudi Pro League title. Since joining Al Nassr, he won his first major league title with Al Nassr, and he has won in every country he has ever played in. He did it with Sporting CP, he did it with Man United, he did it with Juventus, he did it with Real Madrid, and he has done it with Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League. So he has done everything he could. I will be back in a minute. I will also be back once again in the next few minutes. I need to go back to prayers, and I'll be back once again. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining the live stream, and I'll be back for more. Thank you so much, and always enjoy SATV Sports on YouTube, SATV Sports on Unlimited, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook. We are always there to give you the best, nothing but the best when it comes to sports news around the world.